Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back here to another edition of Intuitive Angling, and thanks a lot for taking some time out of your day to check the video out. It's always appreciated. And guys, today we're going to give you some tips and advice on how to fish these ladders that are on boat docks here. You can see right there. Most boat docks in residential docks, whether it be pier docks or floating docks, have ladders on them, and they are excellent areas to catch bass on. So I'm going to give you guys some good juice here on how to catch fish off of them. Before we get started, guys, just want to remind you, here it is, middle of September. We're getting into fall. Please swing by fishthemoment.com. Check out our fall lake map breakdowns we have on the website. This is a great resource to learn more about your favorite lake, or if you don't know much about a lake you want to go fishing on, this is a good way to get some spots on it. So I'll put the link in the description of this video. You can check that out. So much appreciated. Okay guys, got a good dock here. I'm gonna show you a ladder and show you guys how to fish it. So here we go. Okay gang, here it is. Here's a typical ladder that's on a boat dock here. Now, ladders, like I said, some of them are a little bit different than others as far as the construction, but the main thing that you want to consider when you're fishing these ladders here is there's two factors here: the visibility of the water and the depth of the water that the ladder is on there, and that's going to determine your technique. So in general, if you're fishing docks that are, say, the outside end of them right here, like you can see these right here, guys, it's 3 feet deep here. So if the outside of the dock is in like 3 feet of water, this is a fairly shallow boat dock. And these fish in the shallow water here, most of the time are going to be on the bottom, simply because it's so shallow and the fact that the water's dirty. Now, as you get into a little bit clearer environment, say the water gets twice as clear. Here we have water visibility of about 12 inches, which is dirty. But once you get into water visibility that's a little bit cleaner, and the water's deeper on the outside of these things, the fish are going to tend to suspend around the ladders more. But in this situation here, how I would approach it would be like flipping a creature bait, flipping a jig, and really trying to get right around the thickest part of that ladder. If you can see right here, there's a little opening underneath it. So the sweet spot in this particular area around the ladder is going to be that shade behind the ladder. If you could get, your jig or your creature bait underneath there, that's a super high percentage area for the fish. I mean, that's just perfect for a big fish right there. Now, sometimes this has to do with casting angle. So one of the things that you need to remember first is always come at these ladders parallel. So what I want to do here, if I was going to make my first cast here, my first cast would be pitching it parallel to those floats there and working it past the outside of the ladder, because you never know on these ladders out here. A lot of times there's some brush around the docks, and maybe some rocks or structure, but I want to try to get parallel for my first couple casts there, and then I'm going to move in a little bit farther up underneath there. Now, if the water clarity, like I said, is greater than like 3 feet and the water is a little bit deeper, instead of like pitching a creature bait and letting it go to the bottom or a jig there, I would like make the same cast there parallel, come by through there with a swim bait suspended, maybe a jerk bait, maybe a spinner bait, chatter bait, something like that, because I'm looking for those fish to be suspended. But anyway, guys, when you're talking about docks here, there's a lot of different places that these fish can be on the docks here. I mean, sometimes they're on the corners, sometimes they're back there behind the walkways where you can see. Sometimes there's brush out in front here that they get on. But regardless, a ladder is a high percentage area on any boat dock. There you go. Just simple little video here on fishing ladders. The moral of the story is don't pass them up. Be aware. Most dock owners out there, they have their ladders out of the water. They pull them out. So a lot of the docks that have ladders, you can't fish them anyway because they're not even in the water. But if you see one, man, just hit it. Take some time, make a few extra casts. Don't slop through it. Try to be accurate with your presentations. And it's just a good way to catch some quality fish. I can't count how many fish that I've caught, around the ladders like that. And another good thing to remember is if you can get a wacky rig up underneath some of those openings behind there, that's almost guaranteed fish. If you can skip a wacky rig up in the shade when you have a sunny day like it is right now, those fish are going to tuck back in that shade and they still relate to the cover of the metal cover of that ladder. So anyway, just a quick little tip there. I hope you guys are well, and see you later.